Hey guys, it's Vault, and today I'm going to tell you the best Pokemon to use in the Ultra League for Go Battle League. Alright, this is the comp I'm using on the left. Giratina, Granbull, and Empoleon. And I come out with my Giratina first. And he comes out with Venusaur, and as you can tell, he immediately swapped. And I immediately swapped to my Granbull because it is a fairy versus fairy, and that's a good matchup. It's basically even all the way throughout. And he comes out with a Blaziken. Right here, it's a little bit of a lag in the game, but he comes out with Blaziken, and my Granbull does okay damage right before he dies, and I pull out my Empoleon and a little bit more lag, and this is just an even matchup throughout. And I swap and I use my Dragon Claw. I'm not going to shield because if he has a poison move or a grass move, it's not going to be effective. See, I wanted to save my Rock Slide to see if I could fake him out with the shields, but unfortunately he does shield right there. He gets his attack once again, Frenzy Plane again, not effective. And I'm going to save up for Ancient Power. And this is going to eliminate the Venusaur right here. And then he pulls out his Blaziken. And at this point, I basically knew I won, just because I still have my Penguin back here, and bam. Win right there. And the next match, same matchup. I come up with a Giratina, and they come out with a Venusaur. And I tried to get my attack, but they get it right before me, but it doesn't really matter just because it's not effective. And I get my Ancient Power because that's going to do just a little bit more than my Dragon Claw will. And that's going to do a decent bit of damage because they don't block. And right here, since it is an ice move, I decided to swap because ice is effective on Giratina, and they have Crunch as well, and that would have been also super effective on my Giratina, so it was a good swap right there. And I eliminate them, and he comes back out with the Venusaur, which is fine for me because this is like just an even matchup on our fast attacks. And right here, I'm not going to shield, just because I know my Giratina is going to be a fair matchup against it. And I just waited, so if I needed to swap or if he swapped, I had the opportunity to. And he does not shield right there, so I still have a shield. He still has both shields. And I pull out my Dragon Claw. And he blocks. And I'm not sure what kind of attack he has, so I'm going to block as well. And he has Dark Pulse, and that would have dealt super effective to me, so it was a good block on my part. And I come back out with Dragon Claw again. And he blocks once again, so I'm going to swap to my Penguin because Dark is not going to deal enough to kill me. And I pull out my Hydro Cannon, and this is going to do about as much as he did to me. And I'm fine if he gets his attack back because I know that since he has no shields, I'll be able to I'll still be able to, you know, get him down with my Giratina, because I'll get my attack right before he does, and I barely get it right before he does, so this secures the win on this match. And I get him right there, and a win right there, and on to our next match. Alright, coming in our next match, we're coming across Chris. He comes out with a Venusaur once again, like the last two opponents have. So this is why it's good to come out with Giratina first, because what I've been seeing is a lot of Venusaurs coming out first. And somehow he gets his attack right before me, but that's fine because his Hydro Pump's just going to deal just a little bit of damage. It's not effective. And he gets his attack right before mine again, which is fine. He has an Earthquake this time, so he does have two movesets. And then I'm going to get my Dragon Claw again. See, I probably should have blocked originally because I should have just predicted that he had double movesets. And he comes out with his Giratina, but unfortunately I don't get my Dragon attack off before. And then I come out with my Grand Bolt. And then he decides to swap back to his Venusaur. And I want to preserve my Grand Bolt as long as possible, just because it counters the Giratina very well. And I get my Hydro Cannon, and this is going to deal moderate damage, but he decides to use a shield, which is good. And I'm not sure if I should shield or not, but I decided to shield at the last second. And he's up one shield on me right now, which is fine, because this Frenzy Plant is not going to kill me. But right here, I do have my attack, and I'm spamming it for a good couple of seconds, and unfortunately it doesn't go off. And that's going to cause me to lose the game, just because of a little bit of lag right there. And that deals damage, and at this point I should just left, but I hit my attack at the same time. So basically how that one went is he's just getting his attacks off, like I don't know, they're going in his favor instead of mine. So alright, here on to our next match. I come out with Giratina and they come out with Venusaur for the 4th time in a row. So as you can see, definitely a lot of Venusaurs in play today. He comes out with a Clefable, and I swapped in my Grand Bull just because I know it's like a fair matchup all the way through, because it's Fairy versus Fairy. I shield just because I want to eliminate the Clefable with my Grand Bolt. And he comes out with a Charizard. And right here I was thinking if he had Dragon Claw or Blast Burn. And from the time it's taken him to get his attack, I just assume he has Blast Burn. So I'm going to decide to shield right there, just because I know that's going to one-shot. And he swaps, and I get my Hydro Cannon. And he's going to block that as well. And right now he's up shields on me, but this is fine because I've already chunked his Charizard down pretty low and his Venusaur. I get my Ancient Power. He does not block, and I assume that since he saw that I had two movesets on my Giratina, that he's going to block the next one. So this is why you see me going for Dragon Claw instead. just because it's a little bit faster charge, and he doesn't have that much health, and it will be able to eliminate him. And then going back onto Charizard, I get my Dragon Claw, which is going to be effective on him. But he's deciding to shield, which is fine, and I just immediately swap knowing that I'm able to farm him down. But he does get his attack, and that is going to deal almost all my health and kills me. And I get my attack, and this is how I get the win on this match right here. And we're off to our last match. Alright, on this last match, it takes me a little bit to find an opponent, but we finally do. And I come across this opponent right here. And I come out with a Giratina and they have a Cresselia, and to be honest, Cresselia is just like not an overall solid Ultra League PvP pick, but they decided to use her, and I get my Dragon Claw right as a swap, which is fine, because I'm just going to do what I've done previously and swap to my Granbull. And it looks like right here they do have a pretty strong Clefable, but I get my attack right before they get theirs, and they do not block. And they come back out with the Cresselia, and my Granbull is going to, you know, chunk her down to about 1/3 health. And right here I'm just wasting time thinking on what I should swap to, and I just decided to go back to my Giratina. And I decide to block, and I use my Dragon Claw once again. And they block, and they swap down to their Charizard, and I swap as well, knowing that Water's going to do good on fire. And my assumption right here is that since they have a shiny one, they probably got it from Community Day, so they have Blast Burn on it, and my assumption's right. So I decide to block, and then right here I'm able to farm him down, and then he's going to come right back out with his Cresselia. But unfortunately, he knows that he cannot win the game, and he's going to quit. And I'm just going to show you right here what I got from winning 4 out of the 5 in the set. And once again, I get another Cobalt. Coming in right here to the end. Right now I'm at 2:04. So thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next video.